Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel. I finally have it, a Jedi Companion influence guide for the dark side path. It's a fairly easy guide to help you turn almost every Force-capable companion into a Sith. I chose a female main character to show you guys on, so unfortunately we will not be covering Handmaiden. She is super difficult to convert while you are dark side anyway. The easiest way to get Handmaiden dark side is to convert her while you are light side or neutral, and then go more heavy on the dark side after she has been trained as a Jedi, and influence is no longer an issue. But that's after like level 18, so it does take quite a while, so we're just not going to do that. She does not like dark side choices at all. Also, we will not be covering Mira, as you have to be leaning somewhat light side on Nar Shaddaa to get her in your party, and I was way too far dark side for that to happen. So I'll cover converting her when I do a light side version of this guide. Handmaiden is the most difficult to convert, but the others can be a little tricky as well if you don't choose the right speech paths. Putting points in awareness will also help you trigger additional speech paths. Let's briefly cover gaining companion influence. So basically, you're just going to want to kiss ass or pick obvious, super friendly and encouraging speech choices to gain influence with your companions. Some will give you light side points, but that's unavoidable and you'll just have to deal with it. And it's worth it just to get your guy on the path of the Jedi. Certain companions will require more influence with them to trigger personal conversations about their past, which are the ones that we need to hear to send them on the path of being a Jedi. Some can be done instantly with just the right speech paths, others you will have to do nice things in front of around the map. You will usually need a greater amount of influence with someone if they are of the opposite alignment. Since I'm super heavy dark side, Handmaiden and Mira will have to wait until my light side version. That leaves us with 3 other convertible companions, Atton, Bao Dur, and Desciple. Atton is quite easy to Jedify. Along the beginning of the game, you will have a few chances to gain influence with him. I'll show you a few that I triggered. If you're a dick the whole game and constantly lose influence, you may not be able to trigger these conversations, so best to kiss ass until you convert them, and then you can start being the asshole that you initially wanted to be. With the few gained influence for Atton, we will be able to convert him on Nar Shaddaa quite quickly. Make your way to the refugee sector and wander around. Do a lap around the sector until you trigger the 2 Twi'lek dudes to come up and talk to you. They will tell you about Atton and some of his past. Once this happens, we can start the dialogue to Jedify Atton and should be able to do so right here in the refugee sector. Begin questioning him about what the 2 Twi'lek dudes said, following the dialogue tree to learn of his past. You will be looking to trigger 3 influence success markers during speech. Once successful, Atton will ask you to teach him the ways of the Force. Bam! Just like that. Atton is now a Dark Jedi Sentinel. Now for Bao Dur. You will have to gain influence 2 or 3 times with him to trigger the conversation. Each time you get influence with him, go through any dialogue options in the speech tree that weren't there before. You should have gotten influence for him on the Telos Academy when you ask him about his well-being. There are 3 locations on Nar Shaddaa to influence Bao Dur. There are more throughout the galaxy, but these are fast and simple and we're already here. When assembling the speeder, have Bao Dur check your work to gain influence. You can also get some with Atton here if you need it. The 2 other spots to gain influence are helping the citizen against the 2 thugs near the central pit, and healing the dying man in the refugee sector. These last 2 spots can be used to gain influence with almost any companion, such as Desciple or Atton, but we need the influence here for Bao Dur more. Also, you can bring only Bao Dur so Atton doesn't soak up all the influence. Remember to talk to him after each influence. After my 3rd one, I was confused as to why I couldn't trigger it, but I just headed to the Ebon Hawk and tried to trigger it there on board, and it seemed to do the trick. Once through the speech, done. Now Bao Dur is a Dark Jedi Guardian. Woohoo! That leaves only Desciple left. Desciple will be part of your party if you're a female character. Male characters get Handmaiden instead. Desciple is located on Dantooine inside the Jedi Enclave. It is ridiculously easy to convert him if you are light side, but being dark side, you'll have to choose your speech carefully and in a certain order to turn him Jedi right there in the Enclave. You may want to save your game before you get into this, that way you can reload if you mess up. And you'll want to leave the conversation after you ask them about a topic so you can gain influence about it. You'll see. So don't be an asshole, and you can gain influence right on the spot when he joins the party by defending him against Atton. The next time you talk to him, he will comment on your appearance. Just quickly get out of the conversation and accept the influence lost. It's unavoidable since he is light side off the bat and you are all crusty from power. Next, you'll want to ask him about the Republic. Get to the end where you have the option to say we must defend the Republic. He is all for the Republic, so wanting to defend it will increase your influence. And then before I could back out, I got trapped in another speech path about my exile. Agree to share your trial with him, and leave with the choice choosing, I trust you, go ahead. This is a secondary influence gain spot. You can instantly tell as he starts getting all crusty and sit out right there. With the 2-for-1 influence, now we have enough to ask him about why he looks familiar. Choose things he wants to hear, which are more on the light side. So leave the conversation, gain some influence, then back into speech to ask him about what he does. Then ask him about the medical training, and he will heal you. Do not ask him if everything has been healed, as you will lose influence and then have to reload. You won't get influence, but you will have to go through every speech tree, and I will soon here show you. Next, ask about his training on Dantooine, and go through until you have the option to apologize. Then leave the speech and gain some more influence. Last part is to ask him about what happened to the Jedi. Ask him if he hates the Jedi. Right here, it said that I failed the influence, so that means I just haven't gone through the whole speech tree. Going down, I can see that I haven't asked him about force bonding, and I can get through all those options. Leave the conversation, and then ask him about the Jedi again. Try some of the other speech paths that you hadn't before, as long as they're on the light side. Going through it a different way for me got this to trigger successfully, and now we're in business. Leave the speech, gain some more influence. Now we have enough influence to offer to train him the Force, and he will accept. Boom! Darkside Companions converted. Now you should have 6 Jedi, including yourself. Time to power through the campaign. If you find yourself needing some influence on Dantooine, I will show you 2 different spots. Both are for Bao Dur, one specifically for him, and then the other one can be used for him or for Desciple. You might need the one for Desciple if you can't trigger the last conversation with him. After you free Vrook from the Crystal Cave, agree to help the militia against the impending invasion. The head lady Adair will give you a Kunda security guard. Head to the far left back room and check the droid to find a hydro spanner. Head outside to the right to find Akir standing right here. Question him about the hydro spanner and ask to hear his side of the story. Agree to not tell on him, and he will be thankful and trigger a gained influence with the companion you brought. The next one is for Bao Dur only. And if you did go Dantooine for your first planet, you can use these influence trigger points to convert Bao Dur to a Jedi on this planet. Keep going past Akir into the field where the Crystal Cave is, and on the right you'll see a militia dude. Chat with him and agree to help him locate the missing sensors. The sensors are located in the rubble pots inside the Crystal Cave. Have Bao Dur with you when you find them, and he will offer to inspect them. Let him do so, and compliment him to receive your gained influence.
They are vitally important. I'll have this open in no time. Child's play.
Hope this helps, guys. Desciple took a lot of trial and error to figure out. Be sure to get subscribed if you want to get notified when I put up the light side version of this video. In that one, we'll cover Handmaiden and Mira, because Handmaiden you have to fight 3 times, and you have to be level 18, and it's just a hassle to get her done. She takes a while to convert, so thanks for checking out the video, guys. Sorry I didn't get a chance to cover Mira, but I'll be sure to cover her in the light side video that I'll be working on next, and just wanted to say thanks for all the support, and a huge shout out to Darth Cameron for asking me about this, because that's gave me the push to get out there and do it. So I hope this helps some people out. Let me know if this helped you guys out at all, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks. Peace.